Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, bada bing, everything in between. Yo, I come to you with a simple message. You can't ever run out of interesting things to say. That means that you shouldn't be speaking non-stop, just peppering this poor innocent woman with word salad 24 hours a day. It just means you must always have something interesting to say on a particular topic, on a particular tangent, on a derailing of a conversation elsewhere where you can shed some light, where she continues to find amusement, excitement, and education through your worldly wisdom. This places you in the parental archetype, albeit maybe momentarily, but she finds that incredibly arousing, as now she is comforted under the guidance of her father. She regresses to an infantile state, away from the pressures and societal responsibilities that have been placed upon her shoulders merely because she's grown older. That's not fair. We all know that's not fair. So why not relieve her of that by becoming that archetype, that figure, the teacher, the father, the wise old man, the mage, the person she can look up to. As always, this comes down to a woman getting bored, and when she uncovers everything there is about you, everything you know, when you start to repeat the same thing over and over again, she'll know. I mean, she might not even be listening to you half of the time. Have you ever been speaking to a woman and then like 2 weeks down the line, you sort of are aware that you've mentioned this before, but you might bring it up again and she just acts like it's the first time she's heard it? Maybe she tunes out through half of it. Maybe she tunes out, but please be aware that you need to be a man of substance, not only for her, but for yourself, firstly. I don't believe you can go through life and really pursue something of value, i.e. your purpose, even if it means grinding the hell out of a particular project for time after time. I don't think you're able to do so without introspectively learning about yourself and then externally learning about the project at hand, development, ambition, and reapplying that across the board and seeing the recognition or recognizing the pattern that emerges through each and every topic and subject and social convention through your own independent insight. You see it manifest on a macro scale in the world around you, right? I was blown away when I started to learn about how men are independently, the biology and the actions and the neuro-linguistic behaviors of men and women, and then looking at worldly events, like large-scale events, societal events, groups of people, nations of people, quite simply behaving in such a manner and reflecting the microcosm of the individual. The war, two countries will go to war, no different to two men going to war. The politics are the same, the engagement is the same, the race relations are the same. And I say race relation because there is an element of tribalism that is undeniable in this world we live in. So when we break this down and go into the fine detail and explore these particular, blanket statements I'm making, you find this non-ending depth of information that can be reapplied across the board here, there, and everywhere. So that's just a little bit of food for thought and a little journey I went on there, a train of thought irrelevant to the initial point I was trying to make. How can you run out of things to say with that woman? I'd say this time and time again because I live in the Western world and I've seen enough people, engaged with enough people, and hung around enough people to know there is a reoccurring theme of waking up, going to work for a business that is not your own, coming home, having food, watching the television, quite possibly you might go to the gym, and you come back and you go to sleep. Don't forget some TikTok and some Instagram reels in between. What can you do other than rehash the information that's been provided to you from the same media that force feeds the masses? Especially if you are watching that information with her, then what do? Talk about the talk about the new Netflix series. You need to be on your purpose. You need to be on your path. You need to be putting yourself to the fire. You need to be expanding your consciousness through experience and hardship. To be brutally honest, you need to suffer, and in doing so, you will make of your communication, of your insights, of your information you can provide, right or wrong. You can provide a point that you believe in. Not that someone has told you to believe, but what you actually believe through your own life experience, which is unique to you. And when you open up these routes of communication with this beautiful lady, she's going to think, wow. Now imagine if you ran out of things to say. Does that mean your intelligence is over? She's unlocked everything that makes you you? Because your body is finite. She's explored your body 20 times over, 200,000 times over. There's nothing more to provide in that realm. From there, it's all in the brain, it's all in the mind, it's all in the intelligence. And I'm not saying you have to be intelligent, you don't. Because intelligence means fuck all. To a will. To a momentum. To the process of trial and error, and to the exploration of what you wish to explore in this finite existence. It's not a matter of, I assure you, you don't want to run out of things to say, so hold on to information. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you as a man need to put yourself first and live a life as to which you garner so much information, intake so much information, learn so much about yourself, if not the outside world, as a duality, as above so below, as within so without, that she never catches up. That you are establishing a compounding interest of uncommon information, i.e. game, applicable knowledge, power, not about Funko Pops, but how you understand the mechanics of a Funko Pop, the scale, the geometry, the dynamics, the sales, the marketing, the copyright law, the trademarks, the profit margin, the packaging, the understanding and the application of a broader perspective of each and everything that equates to that singular product, as opposed to just pure blind consumerism and worshipping a brand. She needs a man who has a broader perspective, because that broader perspective leads to resources, leads to partnerships, leads to success, leads to provision, leads to a good role model for the children. And she herself is a child. She has a child within her, right? And so you not only speak to the child of tomorrow, you speak to the child of now that resides within her psyche. I'm putting you on some deep game. Click like and subscribe. Peace.